Mark Campbell is one of the 5 to 10 best coaches in women's college basketball right now.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I actually did try to look of what does it mean like for the NBA Cup? Like who's playing for what here? I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, we get your touchdown in commercial.
Wow.
It does go to Tucker Kraft. That is the 1-1. Now both teams have thrown for a touchdown and ran for a touchdown in this game. Jordan Love there, Donnie, gets his first on the board.
Yeah.
Makes this 17-14, but I know a passing touchdown there. Specifically good news for you.
Very good news. Starts out that parlay in the second half with a touchdown, which we like to see, but also at the same time cashes that 1-1, which he loved it coming in. It was like, are we even going to get any touchdown passes? You get one late in the first half, right away in the second half. Looks like a good start at this point now. So, Joe, finally we can say we got some juice in the building.
31 points total now in the high 50s. I mean, that's what you want to see, a 2-minute drive and a big touchdown. The fact that Jordan Love did it and threw it over the top with the big play to Watson, that's a positive sign for the Green Bay offense. Obviously, they made some adjustments coming into the half. What can Detroit and Jared Goff do? They're going to come out and try to match them the way they did early in the first half where Jared Goff was in a rhythm? Or are they going to come out and try and run the football with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery? That's what I want to see right now. I believe they'll come out throwing the football. Got to get your number one involved. St. Brown's been invisible early on. It's been Laporta. It's been Jamison Williams. You got to dial up some one-on-one opportunities for St. Brown. Matchup, we'll see if 34.5. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's coming now. I feel it. Work it.
I'm taking a look here at the David Montgomery numbers right now.
7 for 32 so far.
Yeah, I think there's as well, though, Donnie, they use him in the screen game some. And look, you guys know Gibbs is typically my preference. I'm going to play David Montgomery for 80-plus rush receiving, though. He's at 43 right now.
Yeah.
That would be 37 more yards. I think he's looked the better of the two. It's a significantly cheaper ask. To get to that same number, it's the same odds for Jahmyr Gibbs, but you are significantly lower at your starting point there. And I think that for Montgomery, I should get this opening drive right here. That's my expectation at least. And I could get end-of-game work where, look, Green Bay certainly looked great there, Lisi, but the current projection is the Lions will be the ones looking to run the clock out. So I'm going to take a chance on Montgomery.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's a good option, especially when he's had success early on, right? You still want to go with the hot hand. Montgomery has gotten the tough yards, got the touchdown early on. So especially if you get rushing receiving in terms of this game, checkdowns are always an option as well. So we'll see how this plays out. I mean, that total, the fact that they kept the total up there for so long without dropping it was a key indication that maybe we would get points, right? I don't know if we're going to get what we had on Monday night, Cleveland and Denver.
Yeah.
But they did not want to drop that number to the low 40s in any capacity.
No, they did not, as Gibbs actually gets the start here for the second half opening drive, which is interesting. But I will say, Lisi,
Bringing it back.
they are not, now it's early, but they have not gone over any number yet.
No, I know.
So-
As a matter of fact, look, 4 of the 5 games that Detroit was booked in the 50s, they went under.
A lot of those 50 totals don't come in.
I could tell you 2 offhand. I know one was Arizona when they won that game 20-13.
Rams week 1.
Rams week 1, and the one with Green Bay. Wasn't that in the 50s, or am I wrong?
How about Tampa game? Is the Tampa game up there high where they just
Oh,
score
with
in
the
the red
8,
zone?
with the eight shots with Baker. You're right. That was in the 50s. That was in the 50s. I think the first meeting in Green Bay, if it wasn't in the 50s, it was in the high 40s. 49 and a half, I could have sworn.
Amon-Ra.
There you go. Get them involved. Get them involved.
Ooh, extra yards.
Extra
there, Joe.
yards?
A little extra 3 could be
I
the
don't know.
difference.
Take it. Are they going to mark him, Donnie?
I don't know.
All right, we'll take it. As long as he's there. I mean, how do you have a number 1 that you haven't targeted since the first drive? I mean, you got to get him involved. We'll see.
The situation that they're in, though, not good for the completions bet. You get in 1st and 20, every play has to be a toss.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that doesn't – also the quickness that they scored with on the Green Bay side of things. So, look, we'll see what happens there. He was able to grab late completions on that other drive, which also just didn't kind of –
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Now we got real. Now, hold on.
Wow.
Keep him out. Keep
Just
him out.
get out of
This
bounds.
is good stuff. Now, that was a horrendous pass.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was trying to go to Patrick.
Sometimes you're like, hey, one-on-one coverage, let me throw it up there. That was a bullet right to the defensive back. Now we got juice. Now the foot up. The Eagles got juice, and away we go.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
away
He
we
was
go.
trying to force the ball into
Yeah.
Patrick. I mean, why? I mean, again.
All right, let's play a game, Lise.
God, what do you
We
got?
need Tim Patrick.
What do you think
though,
the
Joe.
spread is? Talk to me.
I don't think they'd make.
1.5, Detroit?
Yeah,
Here we go.
1.5. 1.5 Detroit.
I think Green Bay's favorites with a touchdown.
Do you?
With a touchdown.
Oh, with a touchdown. Yeah,
I think
obviously.
I think game is minus. I think we're getting minus 118 Green Bay.
See, now that game flow is completely flipped. What do we have?
Minus 113. It was pick. Total 60.5. I'll be honest with you. I may principal bang this under.
Ooh.
Because here's why, Donnie. They have not hung a total that you're like, all right, we're on pace now.
Yeah.
Everything's too high.
Yeah.
So if you get a touchdown here from Green Bay, I could be interested in the under.
Yeah.
All right. Going to the rushing attack.
Like 60.5 is a huge
We don't want
number.
the run.
You want
though.
the touchdown.
We get a
here,
touchdown
though, too.
pass here. There might be
I
some.
mean, you'll
Shoot.
take the field goal. You'll take the field goal to go tied. I mean, that's the best thing you could have answered if you're Green Bay. But you got to go for the kill shot. Take one shot to the end zone here.
Again, help me out, Joe. Back of your helmet, plug in your mouthpiece. Help me out, please. Is that the look for the kids these days?
I
What
guess
is it?
so.
No. And it's green. It's not even blue or silver.
Extra drip. There you go.
Come on, man. We don't get through
Come
this
on.
rock. Can we wake up at wideout outside of Watson?
Is Jaden Reed on the team?
Is he even on the team anymore?
By
He's
the
got
way,
plenty of time, Joe.
I actually don't think that Jaden Reed was on the field
Wicks.
for that route.
He wasn't.
His snap count was underneath Dontavian Wicks last week.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was a product of the blowout, maybe, but
That was a great spot they just gave him. He looked like he. I mean, I thought he was short.
Ooh, a little tempo. Joe?
Yeah,
Little
he
tempo?
was short,
Look at
Donnie. They
this.
gave him a first down.
Well, we can't run it on tempo, can we?
no, that's the only reason because he didn't read a defense.
Wow.
Touchdown.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's unfortunate.
I
We
don't
got
think
it.
he got the first down, and that's why they ran tempo there. But I could be wrong.
Woo.
That was a
Lead
generous
change.
spot.
Boy, I would have loved the touchdown pass.
Man, I don't have more on Green
All of a
Bay
sudden-
now.
What do we got total-wise?
62.5.
Wow. Shot out of a cannon.
We're at 38. That's 24. I'll take it.
Well, that was a tough run, too.
Josh Jacobs
Got
running
200.
well.
All of a sudden he's
He got
61.5
contact
on
the
another.
5 and the 3 and still got in. Oof. Another touchdown on the ground. So that's what, 3 touchdowns on the ground this game? Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's it.
Lisi's on it. So you're through
I'm not
62 and a half now, Joe?
No, I'm not the
No, I'm not.
62
I
and a
can't
half.
because I cashed out of that 55.5 thing. So I'm not having my only total.
We got juice now.
We do got juice now.
38 points. In a heartbeat, this game turned.
Yeah.
I mean, they just doubled their first half scoring in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Boy, if we get-
Here's the thing.
we need an Amon-Ra touchdown
Yeah,
pass this
well,
next
well,
one, then we're
yeah,
going.
I don't think Jared Goff looks Tim Patrick's way the rest of the way. It's going to be the big ones. Laporta, that's it. Well, that's where he was looking. I'm serious. He was looking at Tim Patrick on that play.
Yeah, but why is that Tim Patrick's fault?
Well, because he's trying to force the ball into Patrick. That's it. I'll bet you right now, no, not one catch the rest of the way.
Dinner?
Lunch, dinner, pizza, whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's it.
We'll go to pizza where you have to actually eat the pizza.
I'll eat the pizza.
Right. Okay.
He's
minus
minus
I'll take Kev
420
too.
for
Kev,
reception.
Probably getting some monster
Waste
numbers.
money
here.
burn.
Big drive.
Money burn.
Who's the leading receiver on this next drive, Joe, for Detroit? Or who's the leading gainer?
St. Brown.
All right.
It's all St. Brown this drive.
All right. Lisi's keen on Amon-Ra. If you have those to catch a pass, Amon-Ra is minus 120 on this drive. We'll see how Detroit responds now trailing on a primetime spot against the Packers.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
When you look at Marcus Johnson, when you look at Nikola Jokic, these aren't guys that are big, super athletic, dunking and jumping over people. These are just guys that are clean, skilled footwork, and do things below the rim that make the everyday guy look like it'd be like, I can do that. But you can't, and neither can I.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
Open it up.
All right, back right here on SportsGrid. So, an update here with the Lions hitting the field. Still going with Gibbs right now.
Yeah.
As somebody who placed a Monty bet, not exactly what I'm looking for. But, again, just does kind of speak to, and it's my own fault, I guess, then for placing the wager, but just what feels like this total guessing game, for me, at least, of when these guys are getting
sometimes the games that you love with the offenses that are secure, you're like, well, there's so many people to pick. It's like pick your poison. And where is the handicap? It's just a matter of flipping the coin of who's actually in the ball game at that point.
Oh, a bad drop. Now, I do owe Donnie and you lunch, so Patrick caught a pass.
Love it.
Didn't waste 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Love it.
usually I would say, like, it's all good, but it happening on that drive after.
It stings.
Yeah, not great.
It's good pizza around here.
Yeah, we'll get pizza.
You're going to eat the pizza.
I'll have a slice.
What about one of the, again, we're talking about in the future, playoffs coming up big time. Like, maybe we have to stay and eat lunch together.
I would do it
with the game and watch that game.
Yeah, I have no problem.
But like to ourselves, or are you signing us up for work?
No. Why would we?
All right,
work it?
no, I'm just making
eating on the air.
What happened here? The official got clipped.
I mean, the ref had the.
What happened?
The ref was supposed to have the under, and now it's 38 points.
So I want to just throw something out there.
Sure. That was a bad
picture.
drop by Laporta as well.
But in this game, you are getting, of course, spread movement, total movement, props movement. But as always, we're getting futures movement.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lions Super Bowl price is moving back a bit. Plus 350. Ooh. Eagles have come down a tick to plus 480.
Yeah.
I am not certain, but it looks like we could get a new Super Bowl favorite here tonight, Donnie, if the Detroit Lions are upset in this game.
Ooh. I mean, buy high right away. Buy high right on the Eagles, Joe.
Buy high and sell high.
Exactly.
Buy high and sell high.
Buy it at minus 105, sell it.
Don't
You're
sell.
In, just no selling.
No selling.
No sell.
No sell. 8 straight. Sirianni. Ever since he shaved his head.
Diamond hands.
Diamond hands. Totally.
Yep.
Total.
If Detroit loses, diamond hands still.
I don't like Detroit for the division. We talked about it on Sunday. I still think Minnesota or Green Bay could catch them. And Green Bay wins this game. They're a game out. They still have Minnesota. They still have Buffalo. No guarantee.
By the way,
Detroit.
if the Packers win tonight, Joe, Eagles smash job on Sunday for you. Maybe a best bet look.
Ooh, whoa.
Maybe a best bet
That's
look.
a concern because you know you're giving sides.
Yep.
He's giving. No, not me. Him. Why are you looking at me like I made the pick?
Yep.
Honestly,
yeah.
Yeah, but
I told you you're back in, but not in that capacity.
But hold on. Did you see when I said smash job on the Eagles? That mine was running. That mine was ripping and running right there.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yep, it was.
Could be an alt.
No.
Yeah.
I will go in that rundown. Lisi's best bet. Jaden Daniels.
By the way, how come nobody ever
touchdown.
pulls up to the best bet with a teaser in here? I mean, sensational. You know what I mean? No.
How about a minus like 500? Like, listen, I make it minus 650.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. Not bad.
But I just want to hang here for a second, right? Within the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just, all I'll tell you is Detroit doesn't win the division, right? Where do you think then we see that price go? Where, of course, the Eagles are going to be in front of them. Do you think they would have the same odds as, let's say it's Minnesota because that's who's closest? Do you think they'd have the same odds, Donnie, as the Vikings? There'd be a gap between them and the Vikings? Like,
what if they lose tonight, Detroit?
I'm talking about if we end up getting that bracket and the Lions are the 5 or the 6 overall instead of being the projected 1 seed.
Well, yeah, everybody would have better odds than Detroit then for me.
Well, I don't.
If they're the higher seed, yeah.
Because they've been, but the way they've been booking them down, like,
no, I get it.
So I'll give you the example, I guess. The Baltimore Ravens are plus 450 to win the AFC.
Yeah.
And if the season ended today, they'd be the 6th seed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's barely a gap between them,
Yeah.
KC, and Buffalo, and there's still more than half the number of Pittsburgh, Houston, L.A.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know how far back, like, who do you think would have better Super Bowl odds? A 5th-seeded Lions or a 5th-seeded Ravens?
Lions.
Ravens.
Go Lions.
I would say the Ravens.
Lions.
All right.
We got to go for this, right? No?
Yeah.
4th and 1?
I would say the Ravens would.
You think so?
Yeah. Because we talk about brand recognition. I think the Ravens will get more love in that type of situation.
Detroit spent a lot of this year now, Joe, as the SB
I don't
favorite.
know. Like, yeah, so if the season, I mean, it's really realistic that the Ravens do get the 5th seed. You know what I mean?
Right.
The 6th
How many
seed.
losses they got? Yeah.
Oh,
they got
that
5.
Yeah, no, I would still take Detroit at that
All
point
right.
then. Yeah.
I mean,
We handing this off?
all
Ooh,
right, got the first down.
Sneaky.
All right. No, but the fact, I mean, if you're talking in the NFC, right? I know you're talking in respect.
I was giving an example, but go ahead.
But if we're talking, let's just throw out Minnesota wins the division.
Sure.
Okay. Let's say Green Bay and Detroit 2 and 3, respectively.
Yeah.
I still would give the inside edge to Detroit and Green Bay over Minnesota, even though they won the division, because of the quarterback play. As much as I think
Not
Sam
sold.
Darnold is doing a great job, still need to see it in a playoff type of atmosphere, and I would put more value in Jordan Love that did it at least last year and Jared Goff. a team that went to the NFC Championship and had San Francisco on the ropes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they would have better value even though they wouldn't win the division.
Like, to your point, and this is why it's relevant. Let's just say, and I gotta be careful, right, with the household.
Does that help you?
Yes. Let's say Detroit gets the 5th seed.
Yes.
And goes to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and beats them.
Hold on, easy.
Yeah, wow, you're not allowed to say that.
See, you ran it up.
That's it.
See, you ran
Beats
it up.
them by double digits.
Yeah. No,
Stop. Then what's the number? Like if they go to Tampa Bay, right? They're still sitting as favorites within that football game over a field goal, you think?
5.
At Tampa.
Yeah.
I don't think they're favored by 5 at Tampa.
You don't think so?
I mean, Tampa's going to win the division. It means you're playing good football down the stretch, too.
What if it's Atlanta hobbling in?
Hobbling into who?
I don't know. I'll just give it to you if Atlanta then. Like,
Atlanta wins the division?
Yeah, because you're saying, like, if it's Tampa,
Detroit's
going to
be favored in either one of those, but I don't think we're getting over a field goal.
I would think they would be over a field goal.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
way they've been booking the Lions this year.
Yeah, I would.
But that also depends on what the Lions lose this game and then win out and still get the 5th seed. You know what I mean? There's probably some extenuating circumstances to get them down there, too.
Again, next week they play Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's a big one, man.
Yeah.
Taking a break here. Gibbs is on the move, and so are we.
She was recruited to Oregon partially by, guess who? Mark Campbell and Xavi Lopez. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to say this right now, folks. I'm going to say this right now. Mark Campbell's one of the 5 to 10 best coaches in women's college basketball right now.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I got to be honest with you. I actually did try to look of like, okay, like what does it mean like for the NBA Cup? Like who's playing for what here? And I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
All right, back right here on SportsGrid.
Unbelievable.
And Tim Patrick catches the touchdown.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
I need him to get 20 yards, too, and he has the touchdown instead.
Wheel play.
Wow,
That's
he blows
it.
his numbers. That's 3 touchdown
The one
passes
night
total
I
for the
go
game,
with
though.
the one night I do not go to secondary receivers because get burned on Monday.
This is the second 4th down touchdown pass for Detroit.
Yeah? No.
Wow, that's a good point, Donnie.
Yeah.
What would you say?
The end of the half, they threw the 4th down touchdown pass arrow route.
Yeah.
Like, we do this a lot about what would. It is so fair. This could be 21-10.
Yeah.
So easily.
Yeah. Could be.
Now, 2 great plays by Goff. He's got multiple passing touchdowns. He's definitely going to get over the completion number. It is what it is. You swing and you miss sometimes. It's just, he was throwing from the word go tonight, and the ground game wasn't as effective as I was hoping for it to be. 24-21. Total 64.5. Detroit goes to a 2.5-point favorite, minus 188 on the money line. Anything now?
I mean, I'm still, again, I still sidewise. I feel okay with the Packers down by 3. I got 3.5s and 4.5s in terms of tickets. I still
getting anything cheap though, Joe, on the Green Bay receivers outside of Watson?
No value.
Wicks, Jaden Reed, absolutely in one target.
Yeah. How about this? Touchdowns. Christian Watson 2-1, if you want. Yeah. Jaden Reed, I think is plus.
Love throwing another touchdown.
So
you can determine who that's going to be.
I need him to throw 2. So if he wants to throw another one, I'll take that in a heartbeat. But Jaden Reed, to Donnie's point, one target. Got to get him involved if you're going to pull this game out. You want to distribute the football to all of your receivers. I still like Jacobs coming out of the backfield. I think that could be an option as well. Screen pass, little check down.
After you had the touchdown to start the game and then really slowed down. Then you got 17 in the second quarter. You got 21 already in the third quarter, which is 3 touchdowns with still 5 minutes to go.
And I took a shot on Jordan Love. I got a 10-1 price anytime touchdown. So
for him to run it in?
Yep. Yeah. Sneak it in somehow, 10-1. Not a bad number.
Where I'm trying to figure out, with the Packers hitting the field, right, what the expectation is with this game. And I think one of the tricky bits now is you don't have an obvious game script. And I guess I should more so say you don't have the books projecting an obvious game script that we can go against, which is kind of my favorite thing to do. They certainly have the Packers throwing, but I don't think by like some overwhelming amount. Just kind of, for example, the numbers on Love right now are 112.5 more yards, and for Goff, it's 84.5. You might say, it's a big gap, 40. Not really.
Right.
Not considering Love's about to hit the field right now and throw it plenty. And, like, I look at Love, right? He has 6 completions, right? So over 14.5 would be 9 more. I only like that bet if I get, like, I'm trailing, fourth quarter, toss.
Yeah.
This is also such an explosive football team, Lisi.
Yeah, it is.
One play, it might not be completions, it might be yards.
Right. Yards are definitely chunk plays are starting to open up for both teams, so we'll see how this plays out. I was going to ask you, what's the overtime number you think right now? 24-21. You think we're getting...
It's early, so it should be good.
You think we're getting
plus 950.
It's not a bad number.
It's early in the game.
I know, but I mean, if we're going to go back and forth one score apiece here, right?
Well,
I mean, you think we're going to get a 15-1? Well, we missed out. I mean, if one team extends to double digits.
Yeah, that's when I'd rather bet it.
Yeah? All right.
Like, I'd rather bet I know it's complicated, right? But I'd rather bet 28-24, 31-28, 31-31.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Like, more so.
Okay.
I think they're keeping it shorter because it's a field goal to tie the game.
Right.
Where when you can kind of get a little off the beaten path, I think you can kind of find a better number in the overtime market.
Dying to get this guy the football. What happened? That they're dying to give Tim Patrick the football.
Look, they even saved the football for him. I love the guy. They're trying to get him another 12 yards from what I hear.
Is that what you need?
Exactly.
Yeah. You dialed down.
Aggression.
Come on.
Where's Dontavian Wicks?
Is Jaden Reed out there?
I don't even know.
No, he's not out there.
Ooh, I like what I see here.
Oh,
wow. Ooh, athletic play there. Nothing.
The Jaden Reed thing now becomes a little more intriguing.
24.5 is his live number. Doesn't have a single catch.
It is. If he's not going to play,
right.
Pretty obvious what you do with a wager like that. You click it on. Interesting spot with that back.
She was recruited to Oregon partially by, guess who? Mark Campbell and Xavi Lopez. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to say this right now, folks. I'm going to say this right now. Mark Campbell is one of the 5 to 10 best coaches in women's college basketball right now.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I got to be honest with you. I actually did try to look of like, okay, like what does it mean like for the NBA Cup? Like who's playing for what here? And I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight. Only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, back on In-Game Live, Joe Lisi, Donnie Rightside. Green Bay had the football, an opportunity to go up, Donnie.
Yeah.
They go 3 plays, critical third down, short. I actually thought he intercepted the ball, but they caught it a catch. Now Detroit has the football on their own 20-yard line, about 4 minutes left in the third quarter. In-game number 3.5 in favor of Detroit. Total is 62.5. 62.5 to me right now with 45 points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 17 points. I would still lean to the under unless we're going to get completely bonkers in the fourth quarter. I lean to the under here.
I think we might, though. Like, this is going to be a key drive for Detroit. If Detroit can go down, and let's just say they take 5 minutes off the clock, but punch in a touchdown and get a double-digit lead, you might get a lot of fireworks, which meaning we're not handing the football anymore for Green Bay. But, by the way, Green Bay, rough drive there. You come out, you have the flea flicker, it doesn't work, okay, see what you can do. And you had a blitz coming up the middle, which you picked up, Joe. And your best play was, let me throw it off my back foot for like 8 yards, which looked like it was an interception.
I'll just say this. At times, Jordan Love has held the football way too long, Kev. So for me, that's the biggest thing in takeaway. He's been good at times. Hasn't been really consistent with the reads, the progressions. Doesn't really know where to go with the football when they blitz him early on, especially on terms of long third downs. He rolls out, throwing short to underneath throws. We haven't seen the deep shots like to Christian Watson on a consistent basis.
Yeah, and I think to your point, we've been talking about that since the game began.
Yeah.
How's that still an issue, right? I think, when it comes to Jaden Reed.
It's frustrating, I'll tell you. We're watching this game. It's frustrating.
Well, Lisi, it's the Jaden Reed thing a little comparable to what we talked about with Nick Chubb, right? One of the best players on this offense. One of the most explosive playmakers. What's up with the usage?
Yeah, I don't know.
And we don't get reporting on something like that. Like, we can clearly tell his snap count is low. I can't tell you.
He was out there for the last couple of plays, right. but why not dial up a bubble screen? Just get the foot. Yeah.
Halftime. Just the halftime snap counts. Watson at the wide receiver position. Watson 24, Wicks 22, Reed 13 out of 26 plays.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was banged up coming into this game, but it could just be.
Oh my God,
is he close?
Nah, they're gonna punt that.
Now that's another thing. I know Tim Patrick is a good possession type of receiver, but the fact that Detroit hasn't dialed up, not even Laporta as well. The tight ends, Kraft. I mean, he got the touchdown.
Oh, look at this!
Going
look at
for
this.
Ooh, aggressive.
This can't be let's hut, hike, and punt, is it?
No, I don't think so. And Goff's been able to sneak the ball well. The thing is, it's a deep sneak.
This is Gibbs. Where are they going? Off tackle?
Distance. I love this. I love this.
Look at this.
Good or bad, I love it. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, I love it. Yeah.
Gotta love it if you're a Green Bay backer.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Let me just say this because
All right.
I, of the three of us, clearly am the most aggressive with this stuff.
Yeah.
That is a clear mistake. Look, I know we look at Detroit's offense like they should be able to get it. But you got to try and think about the game we've watched here tonight. There's been a few obvious rush spots that have not worked. In fact, your ground game tonight has been pretty...
Ooh, he fumbled the ball.
Didn't even matter.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though.
Like, if that was a pass, I have no problem with that decision. But it's... Because, they are... I also feel that him going for that is a little bit like, I'm boxed in. I have no choice. It's my brand.
What I always do.
It's what I do. We got to stay consistent. That was a full yard.
It was
right?
on brand, though.
We talk about that, though, sometimes.
Stay aggressive, Green Bay. Come on.
They've had multiple opportunities here, and
That's
inside
60, Joe. They're red.
Now, they've won the turnover battle. 2 turnovers to what? 1 for...
Interception and a turnover on downs.
Yeah.
Compared to
1 fumble.
The Packers, Watson fumble.
No, there's 2. Yeah, so it's a turnover
were
on downs, interception.
Then the Watson fumbled.
Right.
Oh, on the opposite side, yeah.
But, again, I think here's the thing. And here's why the Dan Campbell stuff is so interesting. Where it's hard to crush him for that.
Right.
Because it is those type of decisions where they are winning this game right now by going for touchdowns instead of field goals.
Right.
Whoa.
On those 4th and shorts.
Athletic out there. See that? Goodness.
But I just, that is why the Campbell stuff is very tricky. Like, I didn't.
He's always going to do that, though. That's just him.
But here's my point, Donnie, right? Is, like, I'll just call it because I've done the show with you before.
Yeah.
Like, let's say they lose this game, right? They go and punch it in, wake up tomorrow on the early line, crush them. They lost the game. Campbell, 4th downs. Well, that ignores that his 4th down aggressiveness got them 2 touchdowns.
You're right. No, you're right.
So that is kind of the do or die nature. And I think, in a way, Dan Campbell, what he's made his life easier is those aren't decisions he feels he has to make.
Yeah.
They're made. No, we go.
Yeah.
It's okay. We go. And the third quarter is going to come to a close here. It comes to a close with a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. And that gives us the Packers as slight minus 120 favorites. Another total, 65.5. I will say, still, we do not have a single total cashed over. There's no one out there has placed a straight over. You've played all sets different. The lowest number we've seen all game, Lisi, is 48.5. We are still under that number.
We are, but you're on life support with that. with that.
You are.
You need,
doubt.
Even a field goal, we're talking 24 up and then overtime, is on the table. You would get over the 48.5, under the 51.5 potentially, right? That's the way you're hoping. But right now it's looking like we're going to go into the 50s. The one thing I am concerned about is what do they do here? If you're Green Bay, you want the touchdown, right? You want to go up 28-24.
You can't settle for a field goal at this spot.
Who's it going to be? I have 2 guys. I need, 3.
Crap.
I have Love, Watson, and Reed. Take your pick. Nobody but Jacobs and Kraft.
Let me throw this at you.
Go ahead.
Minus 240, Jordan Love throws a touchdown pass.
Love it.
You could click right now.
Love it.
Like for you, Lisi, 6 yards out.
I have him for 2+, in a parlay.
Not even on this drive,
Packers.
just the way this game is going to play out. Like, I still think he throws another touchdown pass. Like, I bet him to throw one in the second half. He already has it. But if I'm just looking at a whole 4th quarter, I think both of the quarterbacks throw a touchdown pass.
And if he's going to continue to go for it on 4th down and give short fields, that's always on the table.
Because I'll throw this out, just because you don't usually get this in the middle of a drive, but we have the quarter end. Would you rather, Donnie, minus 240, your kind of security blanket, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Jacobs for a 3rd touchdown, plus 135.
I just take them both. I honestly think we are getting multiple touchdowns out of both teams. Like a chance for a 28-point 4th quarter now with them lining up inside, the 5 1st and goal. A legitimate chance, Joe, 28 points.
I hope you're right. That would be fantastic.
I'll throw the Lisi out to you. 13-1. Jacobs gets to 4.
Ugh.
But I'm saying if he hits this one here, what's that number go to?
Right. It's probably 7-8 to 1.
Might be less.
The nice point, too, with him, like there's nobody else is getting that football in the red zone. Nobody.
That's why you got to score here. Yeah. Inside, right, where are they, like the 7? 6?
Yeah. Inside, yeah. Yep.
So, love to see pressure and Jordan Love tuck it and run.
We need a tutty. No, we need a
dive into the end zone. Give me the dive.
We need the 4 touchdown
He almost had
passes.
one against Chicago. Or did they give it to him? I don't remember in that game. That was where they.
Shame I wasted one of my good parlay shots on a Reed to get 35 yards.
Jaden Reed is huge disappointment. Huge.
In the game? Where is he?
Like
he's
if
not
he's not
what
in
number
the game,
is he? 11.
If he's not in the game
he's not.
in this situation, off a week,
Wicks
he
is
scored
clearly
2
the better
touchdowns.
wide receiver than for Green Bay is what they're saying.
Just
roll him out. Roll him out.
All right, we are we're running up against a break here, but it does look like those orbs are not even predicting correctly. Those guys aren't going anywhere. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, nice.
Oh, here we go. The crosser was open. I thought the crosser was open. That's a running touchdown now.
All right. The Packers are set up for a potential short yardage touchdown. I think more than anything, four down territory now for Green Bay. See if they capitalize. Likely Lions ball when we get back.
She was recruited to Oregon partially by, guess who? Mark Campbell and Xavi Lopez. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to say this right now, folks. I'm going to say this right now. Mark Campbell is one of the 5 to 10 best coaches in women's college basketball right now.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I got to be honest with you. I actually did try to look what does it mean like for the NBA Cup? Like who's playing for what here? And I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Touchdown, Josh Jacobs on the ground, 28-24, Green Bay leads. Pre-game total now, depends when you bet. 1.5's are home, 52s are sitting pushed.
There it is.
With cash or parlay, because of my guy, Tim Patrick. Now, look, I had to go back on the horse with bums, and now I'm ready to go again.
Bums, Tim Patrick.
All right. You get a big pass there from Goff. It puts the lines out to midfield. All of a sudden now, and maybe all of a sudden is wrong, but it does feel like now that 4th down turnover on downs.
Yeah.
all right, now here's your 70 points.
Yep.
Right? The tempo from the Lions.
Oh, another injury in the secondary?
Got to keep going, keep going, keep going. What is the overtime's 9-1 lease?
What do you think?
That's a good number.
You think so?
Because the Lions are touchdown. No, they're not. But like the Lions could be touchdown or bust.
Right.
That's all that gets them the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And then Green Bay's like, ooh, 31s?
Yeah.
Great. You know?
Yeah.
So that makes that interesting.
But you know what's crazy though? I'm looking at this. No Jamison Williams in the second half. No Laporta.
Yeah.
No St. Brown.
Amon-Ra.
I mean, it's been Tim Patrick as the leading receiver in the second half. I mean, and maybe a little Gibbs. Well, there's been no passing from Detroit in the second half of this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's been dictated by Green Bay's offense and quite honestly, their defense. But even Watson, too. Watson had the big play, right, to come right out of the half. Outside of that, it's been Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, it's kind of the problem with the game right now is it's not conducive to yardage, right? The Lions, neither team has 300 yards of offense. You have 52 points.
It seems like a track meet, but you just not have those numbers stacked up on top of the score.
But sometimes everything works your way if you back a total.
Yeah.
Where Lions turnover on downs, guess what happened? It happened in shut them up for a short field.
Yep.
Goff threw a pick.
Yep.
Short field.
Mm-hmm.
They went for 2 fourth downs.
Got them both touchdowns. Boom, boom.
Like,
yep. You're right.
The world where this game sits, just make 17-13, isn't far away from where we are. It's just everything that was good for the total. Has there been a single play in this game that was bad for the total?
No.
Like, ooh, that's going to hurt. No.
We have 1 field goal in this game so far. Everything else has
maximizing
been
opportunities.
touchdowns. So that's kind of the way it really sets up here. I have my Montgomery bet. Like I said, I can't get to the backfields here.
Look at Jameer. Jameer's receiving yards, 21 he has, 22.5.
Yeah, they always do that with him because he's still a running back. But I know it always looks great. I'm not saying it's not great.
1 catch. My guy Tim Patrick, big 31 tonight. Big 31. Woohoo!
Like, I'll tell you the first number that looks, well, it was up, but now it's not. Jacobs at 64, 77.5 for a number. Because they're, that's in the middle number of like, well, when they get it back, will they be trailing or not? Like, could we get a 72.5 on the next Packers possession?
Could be.
Trailing?
Yeah.
I would be interested in Jacobs, Lisi.
Yeah, I mean, Jacobs is the workhorse, right? So 3 touchdowns. They're going to run it if they get the football back to some capacity. Oh, unbelievable.
Did you threw a number yet on that, or what do you got?
No, but
just all receiving.
Yes, that's why I'm laughing. Like, I took rush receiving because they occasionally throw it to him.
Yeah, and now
he has more receptions than attempts in the second half.
Yeah.
Like, David Montgomery has 5 receptions. He leads the Detroit Lions.
Let's go.
Let's get a score before 10 minutes.
Just so I can be consistent with my complaints about because I have Montgomery, so I'm not angry.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like, you are not maximizing if the checking down to the running backs is going to be that important, you're not maximizing your offense then by having Montgomery in that frequently.
Yeah.
Gibbs is so much more lethal in the receiving game. He just is.
Yes, like that would be the guy that you like, okay, he gets Bijan 8 catches a game because he can just explode. Oh, that's right. 3rd and 2, we running?
Falcons don't know how to utilize Bijan either. So, there you go.
What are we doing here, Joe?
Bijan has to follow the McCaffrey, Henry,
Amon-Ra.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, Joe.
There we go.
He's alive.
He's alive with those orange. Can we get him into the end zone?
That's what I was just looking.
Oh, that'd be hot.
He's up to 27. Halftime total was 34.
Scored a touchdown on this drive. Gibbs 440, Monty 550, Amon-Ra 7, Laporta 950, 13-1 J-Mo, 21-1 Tim Patrick, Lisi, cover your ears, 70-1 Jared Goff.
I can't do Jared.
Joe, 170 to 1.
Nah.
By a lot of pizza.
Right. Pesto.
We handing off here?
Yeah.
He almost got through that.
I don't know. I can't like get.
What is he up to now? What is
He's in the low 40s.
Amon-Ra's got 27 now.
Yeah, he needs 8 more.
Gas him up. How about Jaden Reed's 1 target tonight, Joe?
His
I
halftime
suckered into him.
His halftime total was 34.5 as well. Both number ones dropped down to 34.5, so almost double in price.
Are they willing to, what's 4-down territory? This part in the game, the way the Packers are moving the football.
4th and 3.
Yeah?
Throw it deep.
So you don't want to burn points. Ooh, what a catch, Laporta.
Nice.
Boom.
There you go.
Can we get a touchdown pass on this drive?
Why do you need that?
4 total touchdown passes, I bet.
Okay. Oh, you
Plus
did
105 separate, yeah. So dead in the water in the front. I'm like, what a dumb play.
You would have had the 1-and-1 on him.
Yeah.
Did they used to give you
227 for
both
Goff
quarterbacks as an elevated play?
Yes. Yeah.
That was
you
right.
Can go singular or double. Yeah.
227 for Goff.
You wouldn't have the double, right? Goff didn't hit it.
Probably.
Oh wow!
Look at that. I'm gonna ride.
Get into the end zone.
Oh.
All right.
Is that a pop pass, Joe?
No pop pass.
Let me get the live numbers.
Handoff.
Ben Johnson getting
now
his bag right now,
68.5. I don't know. This is going to sound probably not that helpful. One of these totals is going to go under, though. Every total is so high. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, if I get it here, then I need 1. It's like, no, you get it here, and then you need 2. It's like, it's so high, Lisi.
It is.
Come on, don't run this in.
Should we take the overtime right now?
Don't run this in.
You want to take the overtime?
Let's take a look. We'll be right back here. It's In Game Live.
She was recruited to Oregon partially by, guess who? Mark Campbell and Xavi Lopez. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to say this right now, folks. I'm going to say this right now. Mark Campbell is one of the 5 to 10 best coaches in women's college basketball right now.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I got to be honest with you. I actually did try to look of what does it mean for the NBA Cup? Who's playing for what here? And I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Commercial touchdown, you know the score.
Yeah.
And Patrick.
Again. Patrick, man.
Hot. Nice
2
hot.
tutties.
That's it.
3 tutties for Jared Goff.
Scrape them off the street.
Had 0 catches. 532 and 2. How about that? Goff's up to 3 passing touchdowns, 27 completions as well. Not what we wanted to see. Both RBs have 40 yards rushing for Detroit. That would be your lowest through the number, kind of, right, Donnie?
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay, 72.5 is the Jacobs number. 9 yards would get you there if you're willing to take that chance. Love Lisi, 202.5. He's at 139.
He's also 16-1 for an anytime touchdown.
64 yards from Love. Any bite for you guys?
I would
like
do that.
I
64?
I do.
That's light. I think he might get 2 or 3 more.
I think we got 2 more tutties coming. I do.
He might get 2 more possessions, and if this game goes to overtime, the overtime number is what? Still 9, 10-1? Or cheaper than that? Plus 550? What are we looking at here?
550 you're getting.
Boom, 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 boom.
What are you looking at, Donnie? Look for me. Where do you see? What do you like? Talk to me.
It's always going to be the wide receiver spot for
How about this?
Green Bay.
Player to catch a pass on this drive.
Yeah.
Reed plus 105, Watson 155, Wicks 150, Jacobs 210.
By the way, looking at the receiving market, there's not even a number for Reed.
Nor should there be.
So if they're gonna have to throw Tucker Kraft to get 3 yards receiving, Watson to get 7 yards receiving, Wicks to get 7 yards receiving. Like if you parlay those, I think you get them. You're gonna have 3 more possessions, Joe.
It's funny.
Is that just on that drive though?
No, the rest of the game.
Really?
Yes. Like Joe, if you go like honestly, like Watson, forget even Wicks, Watson and Tucker, I think you get it.
Let's see if
and then Jamison Williams to get a half of a yard at plus 125.
I need him to get to 70.
Who?
Williams.
Yes.
Actually, I need
he's
10 yards.
Half of a yard at plus 125.
Now watch, you're gonna.
The tastiest numbers we've seen. Joe.
I know.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 more yards, 9 minutes to go.
Yeah,
let me see if I can get this in. I want to play this Jacobs number.
He's playing Jacobs.
72.5 rushing. Let's see if they take it. All right, we're in.
All right.
He's at 64. We'll see if we'll see what happens.
They run that rock.
That's 9 yards.
Joe, I want to take every wide out on the board right now.
I'm trying to look parlay for the numbers here.
Here's my thing, though, because I know, Donnie, you just went through all the receivers.
Yeah.
9 yards for Josh Jacobs. I mean, that is...
Yeah, you're getting bargain basement.
Let me ask you a
right
question. Josh Jacobs has how many yards on the ground?
Oh, flag?
How many yards?
64.
And Montgomery and Gibbs have a total of 80?
Yeah, 83.
10-1 for Josh Jacobs to have more rushing yards than Gibbs and Montgomery combined.
Wow. You know what I would say, though, Joe?
Now 9-1. They just hit it down.
I'd rather take like a plus 500, which is out there, on him to get like 90. It'd be really hard for the Lions to not add more rush yards.
What is Christian Watson?
He just got bumped to 92 on the screen.
Here's a bet. Williams and Watson to combine for 200, 6-1.
That's not bad. What are you at right now?
I know Williams has 61. So what does Watson have?
Belted him.
So you're at 146. So you need 54 the rest of the way.
Between both of them.
That's not bad.
6-1.
I don't hate that. I don't hate. You know why I like that, Lisi? Your safe game script regardless, right?
Yeah.
Which I think, and you have such explosive players. I like that.
6-1.
I think that's a solid look.
Of course, I went to put it in and it locked out.
It's hard. It's hard betting in drive.
Yeah.
Well, it is for us. You know, if you're in the stadium, it's a little different, but it's hard.
Yeah, watch this.
Oh, wow, clean.
Ooh.
Get away from. Oh, that's a good athletic play right there.
Oh,
that's
why it locked. Unbelievable.
Watson
over his
just
number.
Caught a 29-yard pass, his second or third catch in this game of 20-plus yards.
11's out there, Joe.
Oh, it's great.
He has 114 yards. His quarterback's got $168. That is incredible right now.
It's
Great
all
ball.
him.
We'll be right
All
back.
him.
she was recruited to Oregon partially by, guess who? Mark Campbell and Xavi Lopez. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to say this right now, folks. I'm going to say this right now. Mark Campbell is one of the 5 to 10 best coaches in women's college basketball right now.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I got to be honest with you. I actually did try to look of like, okay, like what does it mean like for the NBA Cup? Like who's playing for what here? And I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
All right, back with you right here on SportsGrid. Dontavian Wicks followed up a big Watson catch, the big one of his own, inside the 20-yard line now, Lisi.
Yes.
Weird spot for the Packers, though. You try to be clock cognizant, but 6-12, I don't know if there's anything you can do.
No, I think you play your offense the way you open it up, you stay aggressive, you go for the touchdown, and then if it's not there, obviously kick the field goal and rely on your defense. But Jordan Love is in a rhythm right now. I don't want to disrupt that. Running the football with Jacobs here. Try and hit pay dirt.
He's got Wicks underneath.
That's a shot to the head, too.
He did the job. He got over his number then, if that's going to be
He's out. He's out. Let's hope he's okay.
That's going to be... Oh, he popped right up, actually.
Geez.
With the amount of time that's left in this game, I wouldn't bank on seeing Wicks again. But that gets him to 49 yards.
I need 11.
Oof, yeah. Good night.
Man, as somebody now with just kind of different wagers, I don't really
Look
know.
at his shot off the turf there.
Yeah.
And he got landed on.
He's good.
Here comes
He's
Jacobs.
He's good.
I mean,
what do you need, a tutty?
Actually,
I need Christian Watson.
8 yards, and they're on the 7, so I'm already annoyed. But it's more so, Donnie, about the 13-1 we talked about before.
Yeah, with the 4 touchdowns. I would take Jordan Love or Christian Watson right now. Anytime.
Jordy.
Donnie, any specific rooting interest for you touchdown-wise?
Not really. Like, I do need 2 touchdowns technically at each quarterback, but it really got blown up because Reed doesn't have any catching. Like, I need 35 yards at him. Would have been a big parlay, but it's not even on the field. Yeah. Nothing doing.
All right. Well, all right. Well, I mean, this is the latest. Used to be forward progress was stopped in a
second and goal on the 6. Are you running?
You get the long whistles now, Joe.
Now you get the long whistles. Mm-hmm. You could stay out there for 46 minutes in a scrum.
Do you run or throw on second and 6? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know
aggressive.
I stay aggressive. Yeah.
No, but I mean, you're on the
pass second down. I run third down, if that makes sense.
Does make sense.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. If you're LaFleur, how gung-ho are you about 4-down territory?
Oh, it's 4-down territory.
Yeah?
Yeah. You kick the field goal. Detroit's, you can't do that. You're on the road. Take advantage of it.
But you got, Reed's supposed to be coming out the back end. He couldn't get to the mud.
Got it anyway. Oh, that's flags all over the place.
OPI or
yes, got to be OPI. Jacobs in the end zone again. You got to be kidding me.
But on a reception.
Yeah. 10.5 was his halftime total.
That wouldn't be good enough. That'd get him to 6.
Yeah.
PI offense. So now you're not in 4-down territory anymore.
Not at all.
Yeah. Joe, you like to see that, though. Field goal, ties it up, field goal.
Yeah, I mean, it opens it up for
Detroit?
yardage.
Yeah.
Why not?
Now tell me, though, second goal in the 16. Are you throwing to the end zone? Like, you can throw
Try
short.
underneath. Underneath, get it to the 5, and then take a shot on 3rd down.
Yeah. Man, really interesting spot here, but it does look like
blowing everybody.
Well, the expected outcome is now field goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Your second goal at the 16-yard line, that's a difficult thing to do. That does take off a second Jordan Love touchdown pass, which I did have in a parlay, but actually not even really the main
59 points in this game.
Thing I'm thinking about right now. Yeah, but again, Lisi, like, your pregame total backers have done a nice job, right? And there's certainly some numbers kind of at the bottom in-game wise, but there's not been a ton there, so you got to be careful.
Ooh. Now, 3rd down.
Ugh.
What do you do here, though?
Screen.
Do you like draw a play to catch him off guard?
Here's the funny thing. He's
screen.
a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
He's got a pick problem. I can't let him throw a pick.
And
I'm not sure I trust him to not hit the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
like Lisi.
It would be a corner
is
route.
Fine. No, I see.
Back corner.
A corner route is what you want him to throw if I'm worried about a pick.
Yeah.
Donnie, come on. That
Why?
can't be real.
Why?
Corner route?
Yeah. Why not?
Aggressive.
15 yard line. Throw where in the corner, 1-on-1, where it's out of bounds or bust.
Run
it! Oh.
That's the stupidest play you could have had.
I had him for a touchdown. Needed that.
All right.
I think what's so
coming down to a final drive.
This is it.
What's probably and why you want to throw though in those situations is illegal contact.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
You know,
exactly.
Awesome. And I think that kind of sets things up. I want to see what the overtime number is. I just don't want to spoil the field goal. This is kind of our biggest
got to be
little.
Good, though.
So you want me to just go?
Yeah.
All right.
Oof. Man, did he get dunked.
Yeah.
Field goal's in.
Look at that upfield, Joe.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Up top. Is that Bo Melton?
It looks like Donald Driver.
Minus 215 for Detroit to win it.
Sounds right.
68.5 total. Yeah.
OT.
That's hard to get to.
So what are you expecting? Field goal, overtime?
I would never bet it. Minus 230 for overtime, no, is tempting.
You're going to take to the no?
At minus 230?
Yeah.
That's pretty tempting. No? All right, I'll put it to you a different way. Lisi's plus 170 good enough to bet OT?
No.
Terrible number.
Not now. We had
Detroit's expected to score.
950. We had 9-1. We were looking at all these numbers. You know.
If they're going to be aggressive, and also on the opposite side, like you're not turning off.
Who are you going to
3 and
here?
out at this point too?
You going to Williams? You going to St. Brown? Laporta?
This is a drive
Tim
you
Patrick?
go to your players. Yeah, maybe it's the hottest
It's
guy on
not
the
even
field.
about, to me, honestly. Like we say, usually we do these because we are expecting. For the first time, I would not be surprised if Detroit struggled on this drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they don't know if they should be aggressive or not.
I think you are in a bit of a weird middle spot. Your ground game's not popped the way you've hoped, I think, in this game.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they ran the ball with their running backs 25 times for 83 yards. That's well below the expectation of that group. The offense has not been really, again, good overall, which I know you might be like, they have 31 points. I know. But the efficiency's not been there tonight for Detroit as much in this game. You know, Goff passing to get up to 275 is minus 102. I don't know. I don't love it. Like, you take 600 plus, Lisi, 12-1, and hope you get to overtime.
I mean, 600 plus for Goff. He's at what, 250?
You're at no.
He was at 227.
You're at 434.
That's a.
You probably need.
It's not good value.
You need like field goal.
It's not good value. You're throwing away money. This game does not even have the feel of a 600-yard, right? Like, we watched the Cleveland game. That both of those offenses were going up and down.
Yeah.
You don't have that much less points in this one.
I know, but we don't have as much points, right? We're similar in points.
Yeah.
But the numbers are not even close.
I know.
I mean, we had, what, Judy close to 200 yards. We had 500 and 250. We had
quarterbacks launching.
Winston has thrown for more yards than these two combined. So
and the rushing attacks, I mean, Jacobs has been good.
I got 3 Jacobs carries on that drive. I got 2 yards.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Goff does here. Laporta.
You need OT. So what, do you need 6 more yards?
I wish I pulled it up when they were trailing. Plus 320 Super Bowl price, Detroit.
Are there any passing prompts or anything left in this game or no?
There were. I don't know if they've since closed.
They had the drive chart up. Like, here, I'll give you something. The Detroit's drive, they had, like, Jared Goff for a 20-yard pass. Yeah. We could do it with the Packers drive if you want.
You got 5 total timeouts left.
St. Brown?
Too. Jameson's hot tonight, huh?
I'll take that.
Well, man, Lisa, you'd be 6 yards away from the 200+. It just locked you out. All right, let's take a break. We come right back. Lions-Packers with you right here on SportsGrid.
She was recruited to Oregon partially by, guess who? Mark Campbell and Xavi Lopez. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to say this right now, folks. I'm going to say this right now. Mark Campbell is one of the 5 to 10 best coaches in women's college basketball right now.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I got to be honest with you. I actually did try to look of like, okay, like what does it mean like for the NBA Cup? Like who's playing for what here? And I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. So I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
All right, back right here on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Donnie Rightside, Joe Lisi. Bear with me, people. Gibbs for a lot of receiving all of a sudden on this drive.
Can't just as Gibbs he got. That's what he should be doing every game, though, to be honest.
I think he's up to 6 grabs, but
6
like
for 30
yards.
Yes, and a tutty.
Important receptions, though. I mean, got the first down right there. Keeps the drive alive. Keeps you in field goal range. Allows Green Bay to blow 2 timeouts.
One of the least efficient games of his career, though. He has touched the ball 21 times for 73 yards.
Yeah.
That's just not Jahmyr Gibbs. Live odds, minus 770 on Detroit.
Yeah, sounds right.
Ball to 30. Packers 2 timeouts. Here's the thing. If Green Bay gets the ball back, that means either they held him to a field goal or the Lions hit a touchdown, which means Green Bay would have more time than you would think. It's not a terrible bet. Now, again, you'd be looking for Green Bay to tie, most likely. But I don't think it's a terrible, because you could always get a missed field goal. Like plus 440, is that good enough, Lisi?
440 is not a bad price.
For what?
For money line? Is that what it would?
No, on who, though?
On Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay's not winning.
All right. But it's still good value.
I need 24 to 1.
24 to 1?
Yeah.
All right. I don't think
they're going to kick a field goal with no time on the clock, so you just pray that they miss it, I guess, at this point.
They have 2 timeouts, Green Bay.
It's first down, though, right now.
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes.
Okay.
Pick up a first down.
They're going to have a minute.
Well, I think the idea is that they don't pick up that first down.
Save your money. 24 to 1. 24 to 1, I buy in. 4 to 1, out the window.
All right, post-game show here with Donnie Rightside.
Exactly. Yep. Feel.
What well, just say penalty. That would then all of a sudden game changer.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
true.
See,
refs can get in.
See it. All right. I mean,
we go to OT though. Now now you're starting to get Wicks might not be in the game. Maybe other guys get in there, try to get action.
Jaden Reed.
Like a guy with one target tonight, man, and he dropped it. Was that drop target, man? Like, you know what? You're not ready.
Maybe he fell on the ball. Who knows? You want to talk
What is
about
LaFleur angry about? Can we get anybody in the back? What he's screaming about?
I think he pushed off. He's saying something about a push off. I don't know. All right, just play defense. How about that?
I don't think he was pushing.
There we go. 2 runs right here.
Nah.
No?
I don't think 2.
I can't keep up with you.
I don't think 2.
Hey, you
need the first down.
You have the script. Can you just tell us what's going to happen then?
They're going to be aggressive, and they're going to eventually get a first
but
down.
It's going to work.
No, they're not. They're not running 2 times. See, look, there we go. We're throwing. Bing. There's your guy. Boom. Bing. Did we get it yet or no?
No. Still,
what do we need?
Which is incredible.
What do we need?
I don't even know. It's incredible.
Give up on
flag. Late one. Here we go. Hold.
Illegal man downfield.
Was that? I would need 6 yards before that play.
Ooh, illegal man downfield. Hold.
What's that number now?
24 to 1. Still ain't winning.
It's locked. I love this. I can see the future.
That's it.
This game gets to OT.
Doesn't get the
Lions win the toss. Go down, score.
Field goal.
And Donnie will go, as I told you.
Exactly.
Lions were winning the game.
Yep. Ooh, a big holding call. By the way, Pelicans outright today. There you go.
Outright. They were
Over
laying
Suns.
2.5.
Outright. No, they were getting 2.5.
Oh, getting 2.5.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay. Big
That's
play.
the update that people needed tonight.
Yeah,
I put my neck on the line for the Pels today. Worked
Did
out.
you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
First and so that number's down to plus 330. Boom. Why doesn't that move more at plus 330? No, forget the bid. Forget the bid. No, forget the bid. I know it's so tempting. No, but seriously, like now I actually am switching camps.
But they're at the 40 though.
Plus 440 was a terrible.
Oh man, was that a knee shot?
Hold on. Here's my point, Donnie.
Yeah.
Plus 440, first and 10 at the 30.
Yeah.
Plus 330, first and 20 at the 4. The plus 440 was a terrible number. If it only moved that, like now, would you not be stunned if Green Bay doesn't get the football back?
I don't think they get the football back.
You think they pick up the first and 20?
I think they can. Yeah.
Interesting.
Look, there you go. Another couple yards, kid. We're chewing on yards now.
I know. I still don't.
What do we got?
I think I need 3 more yards.
Come on, lock that up. Lock that up.
3.
That's it?
I think he's getting another run right here.
On 2nd and 17?
Yeah, because I
can't keep up with you, man. Come
but
on.
your mode
Are
changes
you messing
on the
with
first.
me?
No, because that was a run on first down I didn't expect again.
Uh-huh.
I thought it might still stay aggressive there.
Oh, so
I mean?
Now do you think Green Bay's getting the ball back?
I think they might be getting the ball back.
You're all over the place. I can't. I feel like I'm in a psych ward right now.
Maybe I'll root for Green Bay to get the football back.
Updating with information. Yeah. Intel's coming in.
Exactly.
He's changing his opinion. I don't mind that.
Yeah, we're not cookie cutter here on this set, Joe.
Cookie cutter, right? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I don't mind that. I don't mind. Wait.
Interesting.
So
that's interesting.
All right. So now it's 2nd and 17. I love this.
Go ahead.
What do you think they do here?
Throw. Short.
Okay.
Run.
Wow, this is good. I'll be honest. I have no idea.
What do you want, Monty?
I'm sure.
You can't, here's the thing. You can't
Amon-Ra
afford,
St. Brown.
You can't afford an income. No, you can't.
Look, I'm calling this play. Exactly
all right, so then there you go.
We're staying aggressive. We're throwing Amon-Ra, just like I said, and he's going to get a first down. And if he's short, Monty's going to get the handoff. They're going to let him score because they can't get the football back. Whoa. Look at 21. He don't want nothing to do with this.
Montgomery.
He got it.
What did Amon-Ra finish with now? So he's clearly over 50.
Got through his halftime number.
Yeah, he did.
34.5 was its halftime number.
Barely, though.
Love the aggressiveness, though. Like, you're laughing at me. Saying they ran it and they throw it on second.
But an incomplete pass, then you're potentially giving Green Bay the ball back with $1:30 on the clock.
Like,
I'm just saying.
That, right? Mm-hmm. That's not OPI, basically, because of where it happened on the field. Like, they called Puka Nacua for that the other week.
Yeah, it's almost like a hit.
Depends on the crew.
Oh, he's only got 44 yards after that catch?
Yeah, what'd you think he had?
I don't know. I thought he was maybe around 50 or
His halftime number was 34.
He didn't do much.
Yeah.
He didn't do a lot tonight. Boom! It's a great throw by Goff.
Great throw.
But, like, all of the routes were downfield. Like, they weren't looking to throw short.
Yeah.
Everything was pushing down.
Did he get blasted in the head? What happened?
You know if it's a first down or not?
It is.
Yeah, it should be. There you go, Monty. Wait, no, is that a quarterback sneak?
I don't know.
Nah, give it to the big boy.
It shouldn't be. All right, quick break. We're right back here in Game Live on.
She was recruited to Oregon partially by, guess who? Mark Campbell and Xavi Lopez. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to say this right now, folks. I'm going to say this right now. Mark Campbell is one of the 5 to 10 best coaches in women's college basketball right now.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
We got the NBA Cup going on. Not that anybody really cares per se about the NBA Cup. Now, I got to be honest with you. I actually did try to look of like, okay, like what does it mean like for the NBA Cup? Like who's playing for what here? And I lost interest and I gave up after about 30 seconds. So I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. There's NBA games.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
He also said that the Bears head coaching opening would be the most coveted job after the season.
They'll let that guy stay. I heard today that they were very worried about screwing up Caleb Williams, so that he likes this guy Brown so much that they may let him stay as the head coach. What a disaster that'll turn into.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
They're on the field in Detroit. They used the timeout. They're going. You guys understand this, right?
I think they have one. How many timeouts they have
Doesn't
left?
matter. You can't call timeouts on back-to-back plays. They're going. You guys hate this?
Yeah. I mean,
I can't stand this.
Why would
That's
you?
the intrigue, but.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, Kev. There you go.
You got it.
I'll be honest with you, though. Like, I was okay with him not getting it.
Really?
Well, yeah, because
then you would have went to
let's
maybe
let's
overtime,
hope for overtime,
There you go.
or always root for more is what
There
I
it is.
say.
Monty. month.
Yeah,
that had the potential to be the worst call in the history.
If he falls down, like flips it out there for like a fumble.
So I'll tell you, I actually don't think that was a straight, clear-cut decision.
No, I don't like the decision at all.
So, sorry, so you go first. So why do you not like what they just did?
Because you have to play the odds. You're in a dome. It's a short field goal. You make it. You give Green Bay no timeouts in like 25 seconds.
25 short.
They're not getting.
It was 43. Yeah. They would have had 35 plus. Field goal. I'm just saying. No.
I know what you're saying, but it's just like, and then it turns out like this. Like that's a great play by Jared Goff. Thank goodness they're not college football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa, you don't like the decision?
No, because again, you're at home. You miss it on 4th and inches, or there's a, let's say a turnover. I mean, you're giving them the game, and you're giving them a second life.
Yeah.
I understand you got it in that type of situation. Now, 4th and inches, I get. Maybe if it was 4th and a long 1.5, he would have kicked a field goal. But it's still too risky in that situation when you could have went up 3 and then relied on your defense.
I think it's a tough call. I think the difference.
Are you giving up a touchdown with 40 seconds left?
No,
38.
But fast forward this to the playoffs. He's going to do that in the playoffs, and it is going to backfire just like last year. So we love this in this game. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's awesome. And Detroit's going to win you a party. They show up in the playoffs. He's going to get smoked on one of these calls.
But they lose tonight if he doesn't play like this.
No. See, I generally most times don't mind it. The 4th down calls at the goal line, they make sense. But when you get to the end of the game and you say, are we just outsmarting ourselves because, as you like to say, this is my MO? Like, that's not the right play. I don't care if they got it. It's not the right play.
The reason why I think that was understandable to me.
Yeah.
If you pick that up, you win.
Right.
Every expectation, if you pick that up, if you pick up an inch with one of the best run games in football, you win. If you kick that field goal, and
you win.
And he may nowhere near the same amount of probability, though. Nowhere near the same amount.
I mean, it's just, again, if I kick that field goal and they go down and get a field goal, I just say, look, my defense is stunk at that point. What are you
35 seconds? Like, that's not that much time considering for a
It's
field
not that
goal.
much time.
No, I mean, that's plenty. No, 35 seconds. I would expect Jordan Love to get him in range.
No.
35 seconds.
What's that guy got tonight passing-wise? He's got 206 tonight.
What's he averaging per attempt?
10 yards.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. 1 inbounds, boom, game over.
You average 10 yards a pass attempt. You're the greatest quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah. So you go 10 yards, time's up.
You mean you don't think he could have got out of bounds?
Nah, ain't nobody getting out of bounds, man.
No?
Stuck in the middle of the field.
I mean, again, listen.
Don't get me. I mean,
I hope he misses it.
Green Bay blocked Chicago. Let's see. I know it was longer.
Yeah, but you want them to make it for your bet.
I want them to shank it.
Why? Don't you have 3.5
yards? I have 3.5.
There were way more winners out there if you missed it.
I'll cash a ticket on that one. Money line.
Lions win. They clinch a playoff spot. I think they bury Green Bay in the division now pretty easily. They've beaten them twice. They're back 3 games.
Bing. Good game, though.
Yeah.
65 total points.
A lot of the props were disappointing, but again, Detroit deserved to win. They made enough plays in the second half, and the defense, when it mattered most, kicked it up a notch.
I think also, like what you're pointing to, Joe, too, 65 points didn't total up to the yardage in this game.
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
it was interesting.
And now we didn't have one wide
Should have been
receiver
750 yards,
right?
One, you had Christian Watson.
Christian
for
Watson
114,
got
yeah.
Okay, 114.
Jameis had a 5 for 80.
Both number ones were non-existent.
Good game, though. Good game.
Right? Jaden Reed and St. Brown, they had 44 yards between the both of them.
Yes, that's not fair.
What's not fair?
To say what they had combined when one guy had 0. Like Tom,
I'm just saying, though. Like both number ones were non-existent. I mean, St. Brown didn't get through his number tonight.
And how this game didn't have each team get a touchdown and a field goal in each half, that's a crime, man. Goodness.
It's a wild game, certainly one I'm sure Green Bay will look back on feeling like they deserved a little bit better. Just couldn't come up with a few extra stops. In
the new game. Kansas City Chiefs, the Detroit Lions.
You're starting to see it, DRS. Post-game show next here on SportsGrid covering Lions Packers.
expected a bounce back after that poor performance against Buffalo the week before. They took the Rams right down to the wire.
The Cardinals are the top spot at the that's not going to hold. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals are not going to win this division, but they are 5-4. After that, you've got the Rams, the Niners, each 4-4. The Niners, God willing, man. I mean, if Christian McCaffrey ever does come back.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Are they definitely done with Daniel Jones from this point? And any shot that Dable is off the sidelines, meaning he gets fired before next season?
They have a general manager in Joe Shane. Every big move has to get approval by ownership. So look, the bottom line is they don't know who their future quarterback is past this season. Tommy DeVito's clearly not the answer. They don't have Drew Lock's not the answer.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
A lot of concern, I would say, for Georgia in Carson Beck. 3 interceptions. Once again. His third 3-interception game in the last 5 for UGA.
You can argue if they had Alex Orji as their starting quarterback for Georgia, they would be perfect and unbeaten right now just by not turning the football over and running it with your talented backfield.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.